Okay, so here's what I think should actually go in a situation analysis. So previously the videos have kind of looked at what the academics feel, but I'm going to give you a bit more of a practitioner-based approach. So the first thing they talk about is the customers, and there were some great questions on the customers, but I don't think it should go into the situation analysis purely because there's another section a little bit later on where we cover the customers. Now what I would say is that all those great questions you remember so that you can look at them a little bit later on when we look at the customer in detail. Okay, but I don't think it needs to go in the situation analysis. I think it goes into a bit more for the, they actually put it in the strategy section, so that's where I think it goes. A competitor analysis. Here's an awkward one. I don't know if I read too many obscure texts and things like that, but I'm a big fan. There's a thing called Sun Tzu, which was a massive business text in the 80s and 90s when it was all power braces and things like that. And there's a great quote from Sun Tzu, and it's kind of, know your enemy and you'll win 1,000 battles. Now that's a good reason why you should have a competitor analysis. But then it also says, know yourself and you'll never be defeated. And I think that's one of the key points about situation analysis. You really need to look at what you do and what you can affect and things like that, and what is within your control, and that's more of the situation analysis. Yeah, you need to be mindful of your customers, but you also need to be fully more aware of yourself and how that's what you can do. Bless me. That also then links into the partners and intermediaries. That's anyone else that works for you. Same again, turn them red, because I think that it's like competitors. I think partners and intermediaries is almost a great. I don't know if you've ever heard of the Serenity Prayer. Give me the strength to. Give me the courage to change the things I can change, and the strength to accept the things I can't, and the wisdom to know the difference. I think that's one of the key things about partners and intermediaries as well. You've got to know what you can change about them. If you've got this company that are always a bit late, Royal Mail are often late with delivering parcels and things like that. However, the Royal Mail, it's part of their charter. They will never turn away a parcel. They will always deliver to anywhere in the UK. Now, DPD, Amazon, all that kind of stuff don't do that. And that's why a lot of them gave their parcels to Royal Mail over the Christmas, because the Christmas will not turn away a parcel. So that's why I've not put them in. Competencies, yes, that is the key for me. This is what's in a situation analysis. What you're doing right now, what you're good at, what you're bad at, etc. And then the performance and the results, I've kind of put that as orange, because are you measuring your competencies? I know in the text that Chaffee gave us, he only gave us kind of a few key areas to measure. But ultimately, I think all your performance and results are your competencies. So that's why I put that orange, because to me that sits within competencies. Market trends, this is an interesting one. I've put that orange for two reasons. One is market trends only works if your customer is trendy. So if your customer is on trend doing the latest thing, then you need to do the latest thing. If your customer isn't on trend, then does it matter? So, things like trends will have you switching off your Facebook and turning on TikTok, because TikTok's the way forward. If your customer's a 42-year-old male, you're going to stick on Facebook, because that's where most 42 males are, Facebook or Twitter. Okay, so you don't go with the trends just because they're the trends. You go with what your customer says. So that would be a negative reason. But a positive reason would be, doesn't that then link into your competencies as well? So as we talked about with the competencies, such as the localized SEO results for Google, well, if your online presence doesn't have that, then that is a bad thing. So it is a market trend, but it's also a competency as well. So that's a brief explanation of what I would put in a situation analysis. I wouldn't do the top three. I wouldn't do customers purely because customers is elsewhere. I wouldn't do competitors and partners, because I think it's situation analysis is very useful to understand your surroundings. Be mindful of your feelings, but don't let them control you, or something is the Jedi quote. So that's why I don't have those. Competencies, I think the key thing, and part of competencies is the performance and results and the market trends as well.